So these are the different forms for graphing. Sorry if it's a little bit blurry. You should already be familiar with slope-intercept form. We know that M always stands for slope. X and Y will always be the coordinates. So we have standard form, which looks like this, slope-intercept form, and then point-slope form. You can see here that you have Y minus Y1, X minus X1. Well, X and Y, the X1 and Y1 will be your coordinates. And you'll see when we're working on Khan Academy. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, so point slope form here. In order to do point slope form, they're going to give you 2 points. You find the slope and then you plug in. So you find the slope, which you should already know how to do between 2 points. And the slope comes first, and then you're going to do x minus your x1. They already filled this out for you. You can use either point, but they use this point here. You can see they plugged in the 2 for y. You know, y minus y1. There's our y1. Then you do x minus your x1. And so that's how you would put it in point slope form. So here's same thing. I would find the slope between the 2 points. Let me write it the other way. So this gives me 2 minus -1, which is 3. This gets me 5 minus 1, which is 4. There's my slope, 3/4. So I put that in the front. They did y minus y1, which was the -1, and then you can do x minus your x1. There it is in point slope form. Very simple. Okay, so standard form looks like this. When dealing with standard form, you can't graph like this, right? What's the slope? What's your points? It's going to be more difficult, so you need to rearrange the equation. You should already know how to rearrange equations from when we did solving equations. You learn how to move stuff around when you do solving equations. So I want to get this in slope-intercept form, which we know what that is, right? Looks like this. So how do I do that? Well, I need to get the y by itself. So let's minus 2x to the other side, and let's divide everything by -6. Because when something's being multiplied, how do you move it to the other side? You divide. When something's positive, how do you move it to the other side? You subtract. -6y divided by -6 is y. -2x divided by -6 becomes a positive 2/6, which is simplified to 1/3 x. 12 divided by -6 is -2. There it is. It is in slope-intercept form now, and it's easier to graph this way, and we already know how to graph. All right, I'm having issues with my microphone. Hopefully there's no more problems. Okay, so here you rearrange it to slope-intercept form and you graph it. So practice rearranging equations. I can show you how to do it over and over. It doesn't mean you'll get better at it. Practice. You get it wrong, they'll show you how to do it. Okay, now this is the same thing, converting from the different forms into standard form or slope-intercept form or whatever they're asking you to do. So here we want to put this in standard form. So you're going to do the distributive property first. That gets you y minus 2 equals -3x plus 21. I am going to add the 2 to the other side. Actually, no. I'm going to minus 21. Well, there's multiple ways you can do it. I just need to get the x to the other side. So let's add 3x to this side. And then add 2 to the other side. And there it is. I rearranged the equation into standard form. So practice rearranging equations. If you need a video on that, let me know of just rearranging equations, but you should be fine because like I said, you get something wrong. Okay, so since this is in point slope form, the slope is right here. It's the 5. So that one's pretty easy to see the slope. So for this one, you need to put it in point slope form. So all you have to do is divide both sides by 5. And this becomes 4/5. This was a little trickier. But you can see here, they pretty much rearranged it into slope-intercept form. You can do that too. This one you can rearrange to slope-intercept form. Divide both sides by -6. Your slope becomes, so you want to focus on this becomes simplified to 3/4. Wait, 4/3, backwards. All right, let's move on. This is pretty much all just rearranging equations, dealing with the different forms. Here, they want you to find the equation of this line, and this is the last part of the unit. They want you to find the equation of the line. You could put any format you want. So you have the points -7, -3 here, and -2, 4. So first find the slope. 4 minus -3 is 7. -2 minus -7 is 5. There's your slope. So I'm just going to put this in slope-intercept form. Or actually, let me think which one would be the easiest. Point slope form would probably be easier. So I'm just going to do y minus y1. So I'm just going to use the first set of coordinates, which is -7, -3. The slope goes here. X minus x1. And there you go. You put it in point slope form using this point and finding the slope. If you can see the y-intercept clearly, then that's when I would recommend, like here, to do slope-intercept form, because you know that the y-intercept is 2, and you can see that the slope goes up 1, 2, 3 over 4. So it depends on how it looks on the graph, but feel free to do whichever one you want. You can do any of the 3 that we went over here. All right, so good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.